Hello everyone, JRD96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Jacksepticeye video, and it's a old video from 3 months ago. Now, we did see the video that he did about what his worst videos were and stuff, but he also did another video seeing his most popular videos. So I've always wanted to check that video out, but I never got the chance to. So I might as well get right into it. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
I'm curious what it's like to go back and look at some of the videos that I have made. I've done a video like this before where I looked at the evolution of Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Of me, and went through a bunch of like my
Crane
first
gameplays,
videos, my
Mark
videos, my later videos, and up-to-date videos at that time. And then Watch Mojo went along and made a video of the top 10 Jacksepticeye videos, and I did a video on both of those. And then in the Watch Mojo one, I talked about maybe reacting to my most popular videos, because some of people's top...
Oh yeah, I forgot that Watch Mojo did a list. I think I did see the Watch Mojo video, but I don't remember.
It'd be interesting. I haven't checked my most popular videos in a very, very long time, so I'd be curious to see what it's like to go back and look at those videos again, to see why these videos are my top videos, to see why these things are being watched by so many different people, and what is actually in there. So here's my channel, lovely as it is.
Positive mental attitude.
I'm in incognito mode as well, just so I can see the channel the way it's supposed to be from like an outsider's perspective, and not from the inside the way I normally would. So here's all the videos that I've just
sorted by most popular.
Very well. So let's go to most popular. I know what some of them are. I know that All the Way is like, yeah.
Yep, 74 million views. Holy shit.
It's a lot of animations.
A lot of animations, just like Mark.
The most popular video I've uploaded is the All the Way song, which I knew. I knew that was the most popular one. Yep. And I knew that this would be the second most popular one, the James Farr Five Nights at Freddy's 2 animation, because those were... The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 animation was my most popular video.
I wonder if any of his any of his anti-videos are up there.
I'm fucking ballooned in success. 3 of my top 5 videos are Five Nights at Freddy's animations, which makes sense, because anybody who has Five Nights at Freddy's animations on their channel, that's usually some of the highest videos.
Markiplier as well did that.
All the way.
Stop in the morning to your ladies. Copyright. Copyrights.
All the way to fucking Victory Town. Oh my god, this video I absolutely love. I love this song. This is so cool, and it has transcended way beyond what this channel is, or who I am, or what I do here, which blew my mind, because there's so many people around the internet now who, anytime they see All the Way, a good example of this is every time there's a picture that shows up on Reddit every now and then of a wall that has graffiti on it. The graffiti is kind of going in a wave that says All the Way. And it's made to look like it's kind of 3D, and it's kind of like messing with your eyes a small bit. But every time that picture shows up, all the top comments on Reddit are always like, to fucking Victory Town, or Jacksepticeye intensifies, or something like that, or Great Steve. And that blows my mind, because I didn't think that this would go...
Yeah, that song was really well done by Shmoyaho. They did a good job with that.
But to see it transcend way beyond that blew my mind. And to have it be the most watched video on my channel with 1.2 million likes, 74.5 million views, almost
nearly 75 million views.
That is just bananas.
Bananas.
To do a video like this was to kind of give some insight into how some of these videos went, because a lot of these are pretty old now, like 2016, July 2016. That's pretty old by the internet standards at this point. So when I met these guys, the Shmoyoho guys, the Gregory brothers, at the event, the Creator Summit in New York, that I went to in May, actually. Yeah, so I talked to them in May of 2016, and they had just done a song for Mark, and they were like, we want to do one for you as well. Would you like that? And I was like, are you serious? Of course I would. I would love it. I love the songs that you guys make. And then July, by then, they came back to me with it. So they had sent me like little clips here and there, like the first minute of it, like they do with most of the songs. And I fell in love with it immediately. I couldn't believe that they were able to take something like my Happy Wheel series and turn it into this kind of stuff. Every now and then, I believe in you.
Copyrights. Copyrights. Copyrights.
I believe in Steve. And then it became so quotable. and there's like a good message behind it because it's all about trying your hardest and going all the way, and I don't know, it's really fun. And everyone keeps telling me to be like, Jack, you should sing this in a video sometime. I'm like, but this is auto-tuned.
Yeah, it's
I'm just
auto-tuned.
screaming at the top of my lungs for the Happy Reels episodes.
It's Steve.
It's Steve! My voice doesn't even sound like that anymore.
No.
And of course, Five Nights at Freddy's stuff is going to be really popular.
My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to
That doesn't even look like Jack.
It's not even that it's scary anymore or anything. It's
Wait for it. There it is.
Jesus!
Jesus!
Even my audio is different back then. My audio is not as good as it is now because I didn't know what I was doing. This is back in 2015, so this is a year, over a year before that other video. Lord, that's it's almost 4 years old at this point. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But James,
1380 Riot
animation,
Point.
he was the one who did this one too.
I love the little high five.
I love his style. He makes such really great animations, and you can see in the top videos he's there, and he's down here, and he's probably somewhere else.
Somewhere.
Am I going no, he's not. Okay.
No.
It's so good, and I've been in talks with him to do a new animation soon, which I'm very, very excited about. But I love his style. It was so good. It became like one of the first animations that I did. Another one was the Christmas Shopper Simulator that Tristan did. Ghastly Ghost? Does she still go by that name? Such a good animation as well. And I was so fond of these styles.
There's another one. Jack Goes to
It's
Space.
Five Nights at Freddy's, so it's going to do well anyway, but it also has Chica's ass in the thumbnail, which also is going to do well.
Freddy's gone now as well. There he is!
This was even made...
See you, buddy! Getting on top of things. Getting nice.
This was even made back when I was wearing the hat.
Fresh delicious. Who's down there?
This is so well done. It's so professional.
Oh!
There it is.
Nice cupcake!
Nice, dude. Chica's got a nice pair of cupcakes on her. Oh man, those animations are fantastic.
Yep.
These two are a fucking anomaly. Anomaly. Why is this like my 5th most watched video?
Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye. Welcome
Jesus
to The
Christ.
Visitor, a flash game that people really want to play. Probably because a lot of people have played it.
Time out he goes.
Take a breath, Jesus Christ. Even it's so weird to go back and watch these videos because this is 2015 as well. This is March of 2015. Apparently 2015 was my year. Which it kind of was. 2015 and 2016 were the year when this channel was going way into the clouds. It was. I think it was the fastest growing channel of 2016. Or definitely one of the fastest growing channels of 2016.
You,
which was
Mark,
bizarre to
and
me.
I think
I didn't know really what was going on.
Vanos and others were like growing huge at the time. I think Vanos in 2014 was just like getting like almost a million a month, which is insane.
Like who I am, it's energetic, it's loud. But back then, God, I had so much more energy.
I like these flash games. I did the Whack Your games. I did the Henry Stickmin series that people like. I did some of the surgery games.
Why?
Why?
People have been asking me to play this since I started.
Oh, look at Jack as younger, less facial hair, and
Baby. Apparently I play as an alien, and I have to go kill things.
baby boy over here.
I don't know. That's the...
God, I'm so...
Cringe.
I never stop talking, do I? It's
Shut
just
the fuck
non-stop.
up.
I was so worried.
Maybe that's why I didn't
It's weird
subscribe
to
to
go back
him
and watch
until
it
now.
Because, like, that...
No,
that
2 years
time,
ago, really.
That version of me, it's not like it was fake or anything. It was just of its time. At that time, that's who I was. I was so bubbly, energetic. I was so into the games. I was so like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. Like, top of the morning, yeah, like, let's go, we're playing the Visitor now. And it was so bizarre. Nowadays, I'm much more relaxed. I'm still loud and still energetic.
Yeah, you're still energetic. You still got that charm, but you're just calm.
Watching this now just feels like a different person. It feels like this was me when I was back. Like, please like me, please everybody all the time.
Please like me.
Not filling the silence. Like I was afraid to let anything like sit and just lie because I was afraid that people would get bored or something like that. I don't know. So I just kept talking all the time.
General idea that I got. Is that me? That's a worm. Okay, click the frog. Kill the frog. No? Kill the tree. Take that, you fucking tree. Kill the bird.
Tree huggers are not gonna like
The
that.
mouse is freaking out. Why? Stop that, you silly.
Oh my God, it's such a. That's fun to go back and look at that because I can remember recording all of these videos. Obviously, I can remember where I was, what I was doing, where I lived. So
I knew where I lived.
I know I say that I'm a different person now, but that doesn't mean I regret any of this. This was still super fun to do. And at the time, it felt just like it was such a fucking glorious time on the channel. Because everything was new, everything was fresh, everything was just like, yeah, let's go, let's do it! And like every morning I woke up, I still love doing my videos, I still love this channel, and I still love what I'm doing, and I wake up very excited about doing it. But there's some days when I wake up and I'm like, I don't really want to do anything today. Whereas back
that's
then,
me.
every day was just like, let's fucking go. What do we record today?
I record like a bunch of videos and then I just rest and relax and just have enough time for myself. That's what I want to do. That's what I do. I try to have enough time for myself and not just really grind out every day with this.
Because all these things were
Literally every day. I don't want to do that.
An endless supply of games to play because I hadn't played them yet. And now I've played everything under the sun. It's like, what do we do now? But why this? Why is the visitor game so popular? Fishing rod. I'm gonna come in through the vent and wreck your shit. I hope you're having a nice night. I hope you're sleeping very well. I'm gonna eat your fish. What?
Whoa.
Oh, I have a fin on my neck, my head, my neck and my head together. I have a fin on my neck. Kill the bird. Oh man, and it's such a different time on YouTube as well, because that was a time when you could just upload anything. You'd upload anything and people would watch it. People were just there. The algorithms were all different. There was no copyright claims. There was no demonetization. There was no copyright strikes as much. Like everything
there were, but
YouTube back then. You could upload anything. The algorithm just pushed gaming content so unbelievably hard. It still does, but it's more curated now. It's because there's so many people doing it. It's all just kind of Fortnite and Minecraft and things like that. That get
it's more
just
Fortnite.
Trending tab all the time for gaming now. But back then it was just you could go into it wasn't even a trending tab back then. You could go into just YouTube and there was just endless supplies of gaming content and it was all completely different and completely all over the place and it was glorious. Everybody was just uploading whatever they wanted and you didn't have to worry about anything. I mean, it makes sense that all these things are like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Oh god, yeah, the first Happy Wheels video. I'll kick into that in a minute because I have some stuff to talk about in that. But back then on YouTube as well, I don't know, it was just such a different time because it was so much more homegrown. Nowadays, stuff is way more professional.
Skate 3, I see in the bottom.
The camera I'm using now is way more professional than back then.
Yep.
The microphone I'm using, the monitors, the computer I have is way stronger. All these things progress. There's people who edit videos now. I have Robin editing my videos. There's more people working for YouTubers and everything. Back then it was just me, my camera, my game, and my room. And I was doing everything on my own. And I was working 9 to 12 hours a day doing YouTube all day, every day, never taking breaks, uploading the exact same time every day, 5 and 8 p.m. every day. And
5 and 8 p.m.
Everything was just completely...
Well, I guess that is a different time for us.
Well, it is.
But for him, it's
now
5 and 8.
A lot of things have changed for the worse. Like, I know YouTube had to bring in the copyright system and the claiming and the demonetization and all that kind of stuff, and adpocalypse and all these different things have happened since then. And back then, it was just a lot more fun because you could just sit down and record literally anything, and as long as you were having fun with it, people at home were having fun with it as well. But nowadays, it's much harder to keep people's attention. Their click-through rates on YouTube, or your thumbnail and your title and all this kind of stuff mean much more now than they ever have. So it's interesting to go back and watch that back then. Let's click into Happy Wheels. Let's see what this was like.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is going to be so different. Top of the morning to you laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye. Welcome to Happy Wheels. Yeah!
The more calm intro. Not the Happy Wheels.
Oh my god, that's such a different style of commentary. I still wasn't comfortable with myself. I still didn't really know what I was doing. I still didn't know what I wanted to do on YouTube. And I've said a lot of this stuff in the Watch Mojo video, and I'm probably going to repeat myself a lot here, but this, November 2013.
Wow.
Good lord. I started off making my very first video in December 2012. I basically started in 2013, because December 2012 was like right in the middle of December, so it's basically 2013. But that was my Solid Snake impression video. But it wasn't until like 2013 that I started making gaming videos a lot more. And Happy Wheels was one of those games that everybody was playing. It was already known at the time. Like
people were still playing it. I think Big Jiggly Panda still plays it too. I don't know if he still does anymore, but I remember he still played it.
To get views, kind of thing. Mark was playing a lot of Happy Wheels, so I was reluctant to play it because I didn't want to come across as like me just playing it because I wanted to get views, and I wanted people to know that I wasn't doing YouTube for that kind of reason. So Happy Wheels was a weird one, but I really wanted to play Happy Wheels because it seemed like it would suit my style. Because I was very bombastic, I was very energetic, I was very over the top and everything. So Happy Wheels would have been perfect for me. So I put it up on Facebook. And I think I put it up on Twitter as well, asking, should I play Happy Wheels? And the vast majority of people said no. The vast majority of people came back and said no because everyone's playing it. It's like, oh, it's just clickbait. These different types of things. And I almost didn't record, and I was like, you know what, I'll record one episode and see if people like it. If they don't, then I'll just stop playing it. And look what it turned into. 100 episodes later, 16.5 million views on the first episode. Mother of Christ.
Ever. Seriously, I've never played it. I've never even tried to play it. But I have seen a lot of videos of it, and I know what kind of game it is, and I know what it's all about.
I sound like I'm drunk. I sound like I've never played it.
Seriously, I've never played it. I've never even tried to play it.
It sounds like somebody has like half sped my video. Like, I've never played it. I've never even touched it. Kind of thing. Because again, I didn't talk in my regular voice really yet. I was still pronouncing words slightly Americanized. Because that was how talking clearly to me was just talking slower and also talking
monotone.
In a more different accent, a more clear voice ended up pronouncing things slightly American.
This is a game that I wanted to play for a while. I wanted to put up on the channel for a while. But I don't know why
The channel?
Yeah, now, let's go play. Okay, I'm going to go to the user-created levels because those are apparently the best.
God, I didn't even have facial hair back then. I had like a tiny little chin thing going on.
Well, you barely got any.
And everything, and now look at me. I'm a fucking hairy monstrosity. Look at that glow up. So fun fact about this video as well, I have it in the description here saying in-game audio didn't record, so I tried to add some effects. I'm sorry if it sounds bad. So when I recorded this episode, none of the game audio recorded. I think I was using Bandicam back then?
Oh,
I can't remember what software I was using to actually record the game. And it just didn't record audio for some reason. It didn't pick up the audio from the game. So I had to add in all the sound effects again myself. I went back and I looked at the episode. I saw what type of sounds I needed, and I went back and recorded some more Happy Wheels, and just took bits of audio and put it back into the game.
BMX Dutch,
and I've never actually watched it again to see if it matches.
I have absolutely no idea how to play this game.
See, there's no sound in that thing. There's no sound going on at all. There's no sound in this.
Oh, I can't do it. Oh, keep going.
There's no sound happening.
It seems rather easy. Should something not be trying to kill me? Oh, God.
There's no sound in those.
This is trying to kill me. Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, little Billy.
Oh, God.
Oh, Billy, no.
No, even in the first episode I was calling him Billy. Holy crap. I called him Billy because that was the kind of like the generic name that I gave to all kids. It was like that if you've ever watched like Futurama or a 1950s commercial or something. It's like,
damn it, Billy.
Like, I'm Troy McClure kind of videos. And it was talking to the kids and it was like, oh, you got it, little Billy. Or like, don't touch that, little Susie kind of things. And that's why I called everything Billy and Susie earlier on in the episodes. Oh, man. And I started off calling things Billy in Outlast, I think.
Oh, I lost my little boy. Backflips like a boss!
Jesus Christ.
Okay, your head kind of went into the wheel there for a second.
There's no audio on anything. Did I even pass my very first level?
He's pedaling like a motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I did.
What the? Oh, finish it first try.
Mind process.
First time to ever play Happy Wheels like a boss.
Oh my God, Jesus, that is that's cringy. That's hard to watch. That's a completely different style of recording and editing and commentating and things. And there was no audio in that entire level. And when I put the audio back into this level, into this episode, that was the biggest editing job I'd ever done in my life up until that point. And I thought, oh, I'm so good at YouTube. I'm so good at editing. I put on all the sound effects again. There was no sound effects in that whole first minute.
I'll go with Billy and Bobby on the bike again. How do I?
What sound effects did I put in?
There we go.
You can hear it in my headphones coming into my microphone.
Oh my God, I might just actually have like broken the game.
Did I? Oh my God, I can't even play Happy Wheels. You call yourself a Happy Wheels veteran?
Ah, get over it! Oh. I'm in. Yeah!
So that victory sound I added in for some reason. The other one I didn't. I was like, yeah, you know, it's deserved there. God, November 2013. And then
Oh.
it just exploded into this phenomenon, and it kept
Yep.
going on forever, and then I finally ended it at 100 episodes. Is that in here? Yeah.
Kind of like
there
how I
it
did
is.
GoldenEye.
The very last episode. Let's click on that one and see how different it is. Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to
Big Wheels!
God, who ever thought that this day would come? I'm so nervous. Hi, are you? Welcome.
Oh, really?
It's here. Sorry it took me so long to actually get to the
When
finale.
was this
So
video?
I'm much more like the way I am now.
Yeah.
In this video, because this
Get
was
more professional.
2016. So 3 years later, was it? No, it's November 13th. It was almost to the exact day. Why didn't I do that? Ah, that would have been perfect. But this was also a live stream. I think I streamed this and then edited it back down. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, jeez, because I think I was looking at chat. Because I originally wanted to do it as the anniversary, because November 16th, I think, was the anniversary for 3 years of Happy Wheels, which is a lot of Happy Wheels. Yeah. And this is the longest running series on the channel, I think, besides reading your comments. So this is also, I started to get a little bit of facial hair, and then I have green hair. That green hair does not look good. That green hair looks like a mess right now. That is disaster.
That was probably after the anti stuff, right?
Hell yeah.
Get rid of Billy.
Here you go. Bye, Billy. Oh, I didn't get rid of him. I just killed him. That's just as good sometimes. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Come on. No. Yeah, God, I fucking blew out my mic and everything. I didn't know what I was doing still. Still have no idea what I'm doing. Who am I? What am I? What's happening? What are videos?
Undertale.
Welcome to Undertale.
That scared him.
Fucking Christ. That's a lot of information to take in the first 3 seconds. Can I even do that anymore? Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome to Undertale. Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome to Undertale. Still got it. What happened to the old Jacksepticeye? I miss the old Jacksepticeye. I miss.
Whatever happened to Jacksepticeye?
Undertale is like. October's not a half year. But October 2015. Mother of Christ. That's old. Of course Undertale is in the top. That's like... People know me for either Happy Wheels or Undertale at this point. Was my hair green back then? Yeah, it was, because the second thumbnail had green hair in it. A lot of people have been asking me to play this game, and I'm really curious about it myself, because there's so many good things on the internet. A lot of people are talking about it and saying that it's a really good game, that it's funny, the character... Why is he yelling? Why is he yelling about everything that's happening? Why? Come on.
Why is he holding a rake?
I can say that now and look back and think like, God, why is he yelling so much? But at the time, that was...
Why is he using the rake on the ladder?
I've changed a lot since then, and I've matured and I've grown and I've evolved and different things on my channel.
Why did I have to throw that? That
I'm
thing in.
I'm just a different
Where's the
I'm a
blacksmith?
different person every few years. If you're not, then you kind of just read
Make him go away!
over and over again. It's good to
Why
grow.
is he
It's good
using
to
a
learn
rake?
new things. It's good to evolve. That doesn't mean that this is bad or I regret this or anything like that. It's just...
Why is he holding a
Just
rake?
such a different time, such a different energy on the channel, such a different vibe of things that were going on. And when I played Undertale, first off, I didn't care at all about Undertale when it came out. It came out, I saw some videos of it, I looked at gameplay and I was like, God, that looks awful, I'm not playing that. And then...
People were yelling at you.
It was supposed to look crude. Toby Fox himself said he made the art style look like that for a very specific reason. And then some people had asked me to play it, some other channels were playing it, Game Grumps were playing it at the time. And I was like,
Mark
you know
played
what,
it for a
why
little
not?
bit, and then he got
throw my name
people
in. I'll
spoiling it for
shot.
him, and he stopped.
And I did.
And then he played it a year later.
Nobody
Just to
gave a
shut
shit.
him up.
It was the same with Happy Wheels. Like when I uploaded the episode, no one really cared. A few people watched it. It got decent views, but at the time, for what the channel was and what the regular views on the channel were, it was getting kind of crappy views. So I thought, oh, maybe people don't like this. So after like the third episode, I was like, I'll see. And by the third episode, then I just really liked it. I was having a blast playing it, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep playing it. I want to play it. I don't really care how it's going to do anymore. So then...
That's how you should do. That's how you should act. Like, don't care how well it does, view-wise. As long as you have fun with it, that's what matters.
Gave up on Undertale, and now they're two of the biggest series on the entire channel. That's bizarre.
Undertale, Five Nights at Freddy's, Happy Wheels.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll be back in a second. Of course. Sorry. Maybe this is why this series did so well. It's because the first episode had the pee break in it. Oh, man.
When did Robin become an editor?
And everyone's like, we heard you pee. It's like, no, you can't. You can't hear me pee. I don't pee like a regular human. I pee in the shower.
You pee sitting down.
But this was not left in on purpose. As much as people want to believe that I left this in on purpose to get
No, I don't think you did.
Back then, this is October 2015. No one was really even. Well, I guess they kind of were talking about watch time, but it's not. It wasn't the really known metric for getting views and money and all that kind of stuff as it is now. So back then, when I recorded this video, I made a mistake. When I recorded it, okay, a little background information on this video. When I recorded this, the first time I did it, I got to Toriel and I killed her. I accidentally killed Toriel. Well, I didn't accidentally kill her. I killed her on my first playthrough. And after I killed her, I was like, are people going to be mad about that? Yeah, people are going to be mad about that, aren't they? And I kind of like looked around the internet and then I was like, yeah, people are really mad when you kill characters in this game. So, I went back and I redid the Toriel part. Because I didn't want to get her killed. I didn't want to kill Toriel. So I went back and I redid the fight because I wanted to keep her alive. And I ended up dying in the Toriel fight, which I didn't even know was a thing, or people didn't even know it was a thing you could do, because her attacks dodge you. And I managed to be that good at the game that I managed to get killed by Toriel. But because of that, I was like, oh yeah, remember there's a part of this video you need to edit out, because I was editing my own videos back then. And in my head I was like, oh, the part that I'm supposed to edit out is the Toriel fight. And I'm supposed to like re-edit that section because I'm not supposed to kill him. But what ended up happening was the part that I was supposed to remember to edit out was the pee break. So when I went back, I completely forgot that this happened. I completely forgot. It was such a long video that I didn't go through every minute of it. I just kind of left it. And I should have known, because you can see in the waveform that I'm not making any like voice file anymore. So I should have known that that was the part that I was supposed to cut out, but nope. It just goes on. How long is the pee break? Is it like a minute? Yeah, and that's why people think that I left it in. Okay, I just left it in. Okay, eyes back. No, yeah, so it's about a minute long, and then the video ended up as an hour, 1 minute and 12. So people are like, ah, he got the extra minute of watch time. It's like, if you do YouTube, you know an extra minute of watch time means fuck all in an hour-long video. So it's just it was just a mistake, but it's funny. I'm kind of glad it was left in, because it was kind of like a behind-the-scenes peek at like, yep, I'm human. Sometimes I fuck up. I do pee. People often ask, like, do you ever need to go to the bathroom when you record? Do you ever, like, fart when you record? It's like, yeah, I'm human. Of course I do. Everybody does. And Robin's animation! Robin's animation is in the top videos.
Oh, that's Robin's?
I love it.
I actually don't know. Do not take what I say.
The little running cycle is so fucking cute.
I'm wrong about a lot of things.
That's Robin? Holy fuck! Oh, there's more.
This. Robin's watching right now. Hi, Robin. Wave to the people. He made this animation before he started animating for me. Before he started editing for me, because he had made a Mark animation and he had made a Grumps animation. These are the character models from those animations.
Cameos.
He had made those, and I found them randomly, and I was like, it was this rocket ship animation for the Grumps. And I looked at it and I was like, holy shit, this is way beyond any animation that I've ever seen on YouTube. It was like the highest, most polished animation that I'd seen, because everything else was 2D at the time that I'd seen. And here was Robin coming along with fucking 3D animated stuff with crazy ass depth of field and gorgeous lighting and colours. And
To be an astrophysicist, I don't know these.
it was phenomenal to look at. And I know, Robin, this is weird because you're watching this now and I'm tooting your horn for you. But it was so well done that I was like, I would love something like that on my channel with this fucking face. I would love something like that on my channel. And I reached out to him, I emailed him, and I said, oh, you've made one for those guys, so maybe you'd like my channel, and maybe you'd want to make an animation for me. And he replied back I can't remember what the email said. Robin has the emails.
I bet he does.
Something like, hi, my name is Sean McLaughlin, and I run the channel Jacksepticeye. It was really awkward, but kind of sweet at the same time to look back at it now. But when I messaged him, he very nicely said yes, thankfully, that he wanted to make an animation for me. And Robin, did you make 2 animations before you started editing for me? You definitely made this one, January 2016, and then it was May 2016 when he started working with me.
Wow.
So
3 years now.
When he made this animation, then after that I had said I'm looking into getting an editor maybe in one of my vlogs, and then Robin just messaged me one day and was like, hey, I can edit for you if you want. And because we had worked together already and I kind of talked to him a little bit and I trusted his comedic timing and his sense of style and everything because of this video, then I was like, you know what, let's try it out. If any of you out there are watching and you make YouTube videos and you're thinking about getting an editor, I would highly suggest it because it has made my life a lot easier anyway. It's freed up a lot of my time to be able to do other things, but it's also given like fresh eyes and a fresh perspective on the videos I'm making. It puts a different kind of style into it. When my style had been very much just me all the time. And then bringing somebody else
that's a
to help out
different
with
take,
it, it brought a fresh perspective on it, it changed up the content a slight bit. So that kind of stuff is fun. But also just the amount of time it has freed up for me to be able to do things.
Robin's take on the video and his format and the way he looks at it.
So consistently and so constantly that it was all I could think about. It was all I was doing. I had no time to hang out with friends, to go outside, to go eat somewhere else, to go grocery shopping. I didn't even have time to cook for myself half the time. I would just order food all the time because that's all I had time for. I was just working 12 hours a day on my own, doing my videos. If I wasn't recording it or editing it or uploading it or rendering it, I was looking for new stuff to play. I was progressing a game in my spare time to try and get to a different location to try and get to where I wanted to be for the next episode. I was practicing something, I was looking into some other content, I was answering comments, I was on Twitter. It was all just part of the job. And bringing Robin on to help me edit was one of the best decisions that I've ever made for the channel, because it's not only has it freed up more time and made the videos better in my opinion, it's just made the system a lot more fluid, but also now Robin's a good friend of mine, and I got that out of it. So it's just a really great decision on the channel at the time, but it was a really hard thing to do. And I was going to that creator summit in New York at the time, and it was right after PAX East. I had 4 days to get videos ready, and I just didn't have the time. I didn't have time. I didn't want to edit when I was at the creator summit. I wanted to just enjoy that. So when I was going, I was like, okay, this is the time when I'm going to ask you to edit some stuff for me, Robin, because I have no time to edit them. I record them and send them to you, and we see what happens. And the first one he did was Radical Rockets? Yeah, this game. Oh Jesus Christ, that scared me.
That's an ad.
Not Robin edit.
That's an ad.
My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome to a game called Radical Rockets. I saw this game a really long time ago, and I was going to play it, and then it completely slipped. God, it's so loud.
Loud noises.
I'm wearing the Berlin jumper in that one, but that was the first episode that Robin edited, and I was really worried. We were both kind of worried, me and Robin, because he wanted to edit stuff in a way that didn't seem like somebody else was editing it, and that's what I wanted too. I wanted it to be seamless. But some people immediately, apparently I talked about this before, some people immediately picked up that somebody else edited this, which was crazy to me. That
they could tell the difference.
Ingrained in people's brain that any slight change in it was noticeable. And I could watch this video right now and wouldn't see a difference. I guess because Robin's been editing for so long now at this point, but that was the first video he edited. And then after that, it was like I had almost no notes to give him. I wrote back a couple of notes to be like, maybe we could tighten this up, make this a little faster, change this kind of thing. These effects are slightly too loud. And then after that, it was fine. Everything just progressed the way it was. It was great.
Not too high though, because you got lightheaded and died. Mercury, you speedy Gonzalez motherfucker!
This is my favorite animation on the channel. Not only for the style of it, the style is my main reason why I like it so much, because the 3D animation is just so good. But the pacing of it and the material that Robin pulled out of that Universe Sandbox video, to be able to make it into like a cohesive classroom environment kind of thing, that was just remarkable to me. And like the little legs, the leg walk cycle is my favorite part of the whole animation.
See you later, dudes. That's the best.
Wait for it. That like loud,
feet.
energetic, like let's go kind of energy. He really nailed it. This one, I was... Top of the morning, Julius. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to Surgeon Simulator. It's been... I'm wearing a PewDiePie shirt.
Yeah.
Super fan! Subscribe to PewDiePie, that's me, see? All of you think that you're the real 9-year-olds. I was an original 9-year-old. I was a pro! But this video, this only did well because of Trump.
Yep.
This only did well because Trump's in it. And it's a video where you can do surgery on Trump and potentially kill him. That's the only reason why this video did well. It has 15 million views, basically. It's about to cross over into 15 million views. Holy fuck, 15 million, really? 61,000 comments. All because Trump is in the title and in the thumbnail. But he's in the game as well. But this was at the time when all of that shit was kicking up, so people were just...
Yep, during the... It was the time when the election was coming out.
I just want to say that I have absolutely no interest or care or worries or anything about the American presidential election campaigns that are going on right now. I don't give a shit who wins. I don't even think I know all the people who are running. Actually,
I honestly don't even give a shit about politics at all, because it's just
I knew playing this
hearsay. Hear he. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of hissy fits. That's all.
I remember doing this, I was like, oh, this new thing came out, that might be a fun thing to do a video on, people might get a kick out of it because it's Trump stuff. But I was like, I'm not bringing politics onto my channel. I still don't bring politics onto my channel. Politics and religion are like two things that I never really want to tap into on the channel, or at least...
Same.
I don't want to... things every now and then, or where I stand on certain things, but I never want to make a
guy into politics. I'm not into politics, it's just ridiculous.
Talk about my stance on things, because it's just a fucking hornet's nest.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just a pain in the ass to try and deal with, and then you're never going to appease everybody, so I'm like, other people can talk about these issues much better than I can, and if, I don't know, I was just like, I don't want the comments to turn into that, and the comments were a fucking shit show anyway, of course. I mean, it's always going to be that way. Anytime you bring up anything like this, it's always going to be a shit show, but this really just took off then on its own, and it's one of the most successful videos that I've ever done. And I think it's one of the most successful watch time and revenue-based videos that I've ever done. If I go through like my lifetime of highest earning videos and most watch time videos, it's up in like the top 5 or the top 10. It's fucking great.
Jesus Christ.
People, this video, man, I don't know, Trump. People love to talk about him. And of course, back to back is Skate 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Holy mother of God. Which video is this? Make it. Make it. Yeah. Make it. Oh my God, make it. Make it. So awesome at flying planes. So awesome at flying planes. I remember I used to do like these little specialized intros for the Grand Theft Auto videos because I'd done so many of them that I didn't want to do the regular top of the morning intro as the first thing you saw. So this was... Oh man, was this before or after the PewDiePie shout out? Hello, beautiful world! Don't mind me. I'm just flying. This is my pilot license. This is one of the tests. Make it! Make it! Oh, make it! Make it.
Oh!
Oh, Lord, that face. Jesus. This soft edit. That soft transition. Because I was like, I don't want to cut straight to my thing because it'll be too abrupt. People won't want to see that. And now it's like, that's all my editing is. It's like, hey, how's it going? I don't know. What's up? You know, like that kind of editing. This is November 6th, 2013. And this was the one...
They got the shout out.
From the PewDiePie shout out, September 17th, 2013. So, as of September 17th, 2013, I had 2,500 subscribers. Or 3,000 subscribers. You can even go back and watch Felix's shout out competition video. And you can see how many subscribers I have in that video. And I remember that very vividly. Felix is like, top of the morning, fucking, I don't know. This guy seems really cool. And I like, it is whatever he's doing. Or something like that. I can't remember how he described me. But this was that video. I didn't even have the like, high five. Top of the morning to you, laddie. I had the soft, like, hello. But it was before the whole, like, whoosh. Slap my ass.
My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome to the big one. I just installed it, and I haven't done much. I only played the intro
Haven't done
game,
much.
and then I ended up as Franklin, who you're forced to end up as at the start. And now I'm just here, at my house, in my car.
Oh, God, so fucking different. That's wild. 3.5 million views. There's no whip noise at the start. The video that noticed PewDiePie. Yeah, the video noticed PewDiePie. My video gave PewDiePie a shout out. That's so successful. Is it just me or does Jack sound less Irish here than he does in 2018? Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't less Irish. I didn't have less Irish in my DNA and my genetics. But I was still just a version of myself that I wasn't happy with. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what people would react to. I didn't like the sound of my own voice. I didn't like hearing my own accent. Things like that. So I was talking in a different voice because I don't know, I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was.
Oh, hey, Carlos, do you want to go get some food?
Oh, God.
Yeah, me, I'm hungry.
I was doing that as well for fucking Skate 3 videos. I was doing these cringy intros.
Damn, honey, why you no pay attention to me anymore? Carlos, baby, I know I slept with Jerry, but it mean nothing. You are my one true love.
Stop! Fuck me.
Well, fuck you, Carlos.
This is like March 2014 when Skate 3 was becoming a thing. This is part 16. Why is part 16? Oh, because I finally did the double flip. Oh yeah, that's why. But this was like high five territory then at this point.
Top of the morning, you laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and Carlos is still following me.
Carlos is still following me. Yeah, because you hit him with a skateboard in the intro 2 seconds before that.
But yeah, I don't know what to do with this video. That's kind of why I haven't been recording a lot of Skate 3 lately.
I haven't been recording much Skate 3 lately. Part 16.
Yeah.
And that was every skate video. It was just doing so well, and people liked it so much, and I was enjoying it. It was like, yeah, but what do I do? What do I do next? I have no freaking idea. I'm just going to keep playing it and hope fun shit happens. And I was still editing my own stuff back then, so it was like, I don't know what to do. I want to make fun parts, but at this point, how many skate videos did I end up doing?
23.
Oh, mother of God. April 2014 was when I stopped playing Skate 3. Oh. And everybody's always like, bring back Skate 3! Do it again, please! Everyone wants me to bring back all the old games anyway, but...
Like a
It
throwback.
just wouldn't be the same. I could go back and play Happy Wheels, Grand Theft Auto 5, Skate 3... But when I go back and play it, everyone wants the channel to be what it was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. When really it's like, no, the channel shouldn't be what it was that time, because that was a completely different person. It was still me, it was still authentic, it was still who I was at the time, but who I am now is completely different. I don't do videos the same way. I wouldn't react to the game the same way. I wouldn't have the same energy towards the game as I did back then, so it just wouldn't be the same. And a lot of people would just be like, a lot of people would just say that in the comments as well. I don't know, maybe for like a special thing sometime we'll go back and just play some old games, who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know, I like where the channel is now. I like how things have progressed and grown and evolved to where they are now. I don't regret any of this. This was super fucking fun to do back then. It's just...
If you enjoyed the video, punch that like button in the face like a boss.
5 years ago at this point. I'm still in the log cabin back then. I'm very unhappy here. Like, you can watch these videos and look at them and think like, oh, the good old days. Like, I want the old Jack back. It's like, really? You want the guy who was miserable
Depressed.
and alone and had nobody really to talk to and outside of his videos was just depressed? Like, recording videos was my happiest time. And that's why I got so involved in it, is because I felt like I was the best version of myself when I was recording my videos. That's why I was so passionate about it. But this guy is not happy. This is not a happy person at this time in my life. I'm living in the log cabins. I'm miserable. I had like no friends to really play video games with or hang out with.
Aww.
I was living in a cabin that got so cold that the ice would form on the inside of the walls, that when the wind came around, you were worried that it was going to blow the roof off the cabin. It's like, now I'm here in my own house. And I know people will say that, oh, you changed. It's like, yes, of course I've changed. But there's a difference between how much I've changed versus how much your perception of me has changed because the channel is as large as it is now. And I think that's an important distinction whenever you're talking to people about these types of things. And to just be aware of how much happier people can be in the state they are now. When people say, like, I miss the old you, I wish you would go back to that, you please think about the person you're saying this to as well. We're still people.
Yeah.
I know it's easy to take shots at a YouTuber, especially if they have a very large channel, but at the same time...
I've gotten that.
we still hear this stuff. It still gets to us when you say these things if you catch us in a certain mood. If we're not feeling great about ourselves and then you go into the comments and you see stuff like that, it's just gonna make
really
you feel miserable again.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, like, back then when I was doing Grand Theft Auto and this type of stuff, I just wasn't happy. Me now, in my life, I'm the happiest I have ever been in my entire life. And for people to come around then and say, like, I miss the old him, it's like, I don't. It's nostalgic to go back and do this, and again, don't regret any of it. I wouldn't change a thing. And this is not, I'm not being fake. I know I said I'm depressed outside of the videos, but that's only because the videos brought the only source of joy into my life, and that's why I was so energetic, I was so bubbly, I was so into it. It's because I finally had something that was mine that I could, like, sit down and record and just be happy and forget about the rest of my life. And the channel only had a couple of 100,000 subscribers at this point, if even. This was March 2014, and the channel hit 1 million in August of 2014. So even back then, I was just having a blast doing it. I was just doing it for the love of doing it. The same way I've always done it. The same reason I started doing it is because I was bored and I was sad and I had nobody to talk to, and I wanted to...
Yeah, I was bored too.
Other people in video games did. And the very first... I've said all this stuff in the tour. This is like a big part of what the tour was. And you'll see it in the documentary whenever that comes out. But the first channel I ever found on YouTube, the first channel I ever actively watched was Level Cap Gaming, because I was playing a lot of Battlefield 3 at the time and I wanted to get better at it. I wasn't doing YouTube myself. I wanted to get better at Battlefield 3, so I was watching his channel and I was learning, like, the tips on how to, like, learn the maps and fast ways of just getting better at the game. And it blew me away because he was playing games on his own and he was just having fun and he was doing it as his job. But I didn't know that. I was just impressed by the fact that he had a channel and all these people came along and watched it, and it brought me out of a difficult time. Watching him made me feel less lonely. Being a part of his community made me feel less lonely, less sad. And it just pulled me out of a very, very rough part of my life. And just gave me something to look forward to each day, and a piece of joy, and something to watch every day. And I was like, you know what, I want to do that for people. I know what that feels like, to not have anybody to talk to. So, who knew better than me at that time? So I made a channel of my own and I started playing games.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that for other people. I wanted to create like a little hub for people to come and have fun and forget about whatever was going on in their lives and just have somebody to talk to and somebody to feel like they could interact with. And in turn, I needed that as well. I needed people to talk to. I needed a community. I needed friends. So it's kind of a sad origin story for the channel, but that was just my reasoning behind it. That was why I was so involved in community and why I was so into it, why I was so why I interacted with the community so extremely heavily was because I just loved it. Finally, people were there talking and having fun, and I felt like I had friends. And I don't know, it's a little sad when you think about it, but that at the time, that's where I was. So no, I prefer current Jacksepticeye.
I do.
Whatever about the subjectivity of how funny the videos are or the games I'm playing and things like that, that's all subjective to your own taste. That kind of stuff you can miss, but me as a person, I feel like I'm just much better.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to stop the video here. I could go through this all day.
Yeah, we could do
maybe
this
I'll
all
go
day.
through some more of these videos again at some point. The fucking Try Not to Laugh number 3 is up there, and even back then it had laugh in it. VR videos.
Laugh?
These Flash games always used to do well back then. The douchebag games, the EV game. Oh, Megalodon. I don't know why this episode does so well. That was really weird because I played.
Look at that animation right there, right next to the 100 Happy
And it was
Wheels.
just such a random thing. The game we were going to play that day didn't work, so we chose this. Some more animations from Steph. A lot of Happy Wheels, Papers, Please. Man, it's fun to go back and look at all these old things.
PewDiePie Rose.
I'm really happy with this channel. It's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And it's
Let me look
afforded me
up
so many
his
cool
channel.
opportunities, and I'm so extremely lucky to
Quickly.
be where I am today, to be able to do this every day and just have fun with it. And
Mr. 22
I like to
million.
think that my reasoning for doing it and my morals behind doing it and those types of things have never changed. I still do it just for the love of doing it, and numbers and all that stuff are great, but it's never really been the driving force behind it. Every now and then, kind of, yeah, but it was never the reason I started it, and it's never the reason why I keep doing it. It's just fun. It's just the coolest job in the world. It's the coolest thing to be able to do. So why not have fun with it and keep going? God, I've been recording for like an hour. Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found some sort of enjoyment out of it. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out. Bye!
That was it? Okay. No outro and just straight to the point. So yeah. Man, has he changed. Now, I didn't watch him at that time. Like, I wasn't watching him at the time. Like, it wasn't until, like, Mark started playing with him where I started to get to know, like, know the name of Jacksepticeye. And then when the whole Septiplier thing, like, went too far and went too extreme, that's when I really became aware of him. I'm like, oh, that's the guy that fans won't stop shipping him with Mark with. Yeah, that. So that's how I kind of knew about him. But but really the only one that's really up there, like, any of the anti stuff that he's done, like, Say Goodbye has 8.2 million views. 8.2. But where's Kill Jacksepticeye? The Bioink Redemption video. Is that even in the top 5? Like, higher? Is it higher? Did I miss it? Did I just glance over it like a jackass? Yeah, still, to this day, the All the Way remix is now at 77 million views. Unbelievable. And the Kill Jacksepticeye Bioink Redemption video did 3.7 million views. That is fucking sad. No wonder why he ain't doing another one. Because Say Goodbye got 8.2 million, while Kill Jacksepticeye got 3.7 million. Where are you guys? And then you guys are clamoring for more. Like, come on. If you're into Antisepticeye and shit, fucking do it. Like, fucking watch it. That's all that matters, right? Is Jack really dead? Like, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna stop this video here because we've almost gone almost an hour watching this whole damn video. But overall, Jack has really evolved and changed, and he's a completely different person now than he was then. And it's insane to see how far he's gone and how far he's become to what he is now. Like, from just making videos in a little cabin in the middle of nowhere to probably one of the most well-known YouTubers on the platform because of one guy known as PewDiePie, who did a shout-out video, and he saw Jack's video and he's like, oh, he seems like a cool guy, and then he just went right off, and then he took off. You know what they say, the rest is history. But anyways, I think I'll end this one here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure also to check out my Instagram because I make collabs of Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do reenactments and cosplays on there, so go check it out. Be sure also to check out my Tumblr, it's in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.